That's not how we build million-dollar media brands. It's not how we build multi-million-dollar businesses. We need to have structure, we need to have strategy, and we need to be consistent. But they talk the talk and they walk the walk. And when the lights are on, there is no practice. It's game time. All right. So, like I was saying, when you're going into the realm of creating a PR campaign goal, you must get in the mindset of stepping into the realm of your greatness, right? Because when you create a goal, you have to be willing to do something to reach it. Even if it doesn't look the way you want it to look, even if it doesn't seem like things are going the way you want it to seem, you must, I repeat, you must continuously take the mandatory action steps to reach your goal. And so, like I was saying to my children, if you're waiting to get to baseball practice to practice, you've missed the mark. The reason why you've missed the mark, right, is that the practice should be perfecting the practice that you've done on your own. You should be training on your own. Everything that the coach is showing you, you need to be perfecting that before you get back to the coach. You can't go to the coach and be thinking that, you know, rainbows and unicorns are going to be flying all over the place and they're going to wave a magic wand and you're going to be prepared and ready to go. Absolutely not. And that is unicorn, magical fairy dust thinking. That's not how we build million-dollar media brands. It's not how we build multi-million-dollar businesses. We need to have structure, we need to have strategy, and we need to be consistent. So who is ready to get into a world of consistency with me? Who is ready to get in a world of mandatory action steps that must be taken in order for us to reach a particular goal? Give me some thumbs up, raise your hand. You know, I want you to get uncomfortably upset with yourself if you need to. I don't want you to be happy about the things that you have not accomplished thus far because you've been bullshitting yourself. I don't want you to be, when I really realized I've been bullshitting myself, I cried. It wasn't funny. I was upset at myself. I couldn't believe that I allowed myself to get to a state of just being good enough, living a life of just, I'm comfortable, pretty good, you know, surviving, doing better than some, right? That kind of sometimes makes some of us feel a particular way about ourselves, but not really hitting a mark, not really sitting down and getting into the thick of my own life. You got to get mad about it sometimes. I could feel, I'm getting a little emotional even myself thinking about it, because I can remember being comfortable with lack, being comfortable and telling myself it's only temporary. And then I looked up, 10 years had gone by and I still wasn't where I knew I was supposed to be in my life, because I hadn't set a goal that I was willing to do whatever it would take to reach it, right? My goal was seeped and soaked in excuses of why I just couldn't get the job done. And if you are with me right now and you're ready to let that loose, you're ready to break that chain that you literally have been suffocating yourself in, you have rocks and bags and just all types of the bag lady on your back. You have so many things that are just holding you down that you've created and you've allowed it. I need you to really take responsibility. That's the only way we get to goals, is when we take the responsibility for what we do and what we don't do, what we bring to the table and what we don't bring to the table. You can't live in the gray when it comes to really accomplishing something. You just can't. Nothing exists in the gray. And I will say this almost every day while we're together. Nothing exists in the gray. It's not memorable in the gray. They won't remember who you are in the gray. Right? They won't remember who you are in the gray. They just won't. Your name will not go down in history in the gray. The media won't contact you in the gray. They won't. They want people who are all the way in, who are striving, and they're ready. They'll take a deep dive off a cliff into the thing that they say that they are. They show up as that thing consistently, not just when the lights are on, but they talk the talk and they walk the walk. And when the lights are on, there is no practice. It's game time. They're showing up to win, period. All right. I think we've laid the foundation for day 2 of the PR Business Masterclass. And we are talking about setting your PR campaign goal. Okay. All right. So yesterday, I'm going to go over the challenge from yesterday. If you haven't done it, please do. All right. I'm looking at day 1. So go ahead and grab your workbook. You look at it in digital, handwrite for me. When you handwrite, you actually manifest and create at a more potent, rapid level. The handwriting is an agreement with what you said you're going to do because you're energetically connected to it when you handwrite it versus typing it. So even if you're typing it in your phone because you're taking quick notes, I want you to go back tonight, drink some water, and really get into pouring this out of your soul so that it really has the capacity, is potent, moves, is energetic to create. Okay. So if you haven't done day 1's media challenge, right? It's like a media training challenge, whatever you want to call it. I want you to make sure you let me know, what do you want to be known for as an expert in your field that could get you media attention today? So these things are layered on top of each other. Now, I'm not making this up for no reason. There's a system. Okay. All right. So now we're on day 2. All right. And I'm excited about this because I don't want you to hold back, right, from doing the assignments in the workbook. And for those of you who show up every day, who do the masterclass challenges, who do the story time, who do all the things, who do the videos live, there's actually a gift that I'm going to be doing. That's $1,000. Okay. That is on the line for you to start that to be a part of your media brand. This is going to be invested into your media brand. Okay. And your story, your heart, your life, and your why is what attracting media to your brand is all about. Okay. So number 1, I want you to set your PR campaign goal right now. Set it right now because it is fertile and it's potent and it's right there. And if it feels a little bit too easy, I want you to make it 10% harder. I don't want it to be the most challenging PR campaign goal of your life. Not right now. The reason is that I want us to take toddler steps into this, not baby steps. We want to take toddler steps into making sure that we have this powerful PR campaign goal that we can actually step into. Okay. And so share with me some of the PR campaign goals that you have. You know, what do you want to see happen? And when I say PR campaign goal, I'm talking about what is the result that you want to have at the end of the rainbow once the dust is settled from your PR campaign, right? Do you want people to know that you exist? Do you want people to know about your particular product or service? Do you want to launch a website? Are you hosting an event? Are you hosting or launching a program? What is it that you want to see happen from creating your PR campaign? And what is that goal? Okay. And so drop a couple PR campaign goals in the group for me. And if you need help with workshopping your PR campaign goal, just say workshop PR campaign goal. But I need to know on the side of that, right? What is your main core focus while in the masterclass? Like, what is your key topic? Who are you in the industry? What do you want to be known for? So it's like, I want to be known as a media strategist that launches a program to help women and mothers create their online media presence. Okay, it could be something like that. And I could have a goal of attracting a particular amount of clients. My secondary goal could be, I have a goal of spreading the word about who I am as an authority figure. And the third goal could be that I want to impact my community. Okay. And so I suggest that you don't have any more than 3 campaign goals. So I'm just going to pause for about 30 seconds. And I want you to actually write this out. So write it out, let me know. I'm going to go to Facebook and see if I see any comments. All right. So let's see. Yep, I still see myself. But for some reason, I think some of you don't see me, so don't worry. Okay, workshop PR campaign goal. Okay, so Wendy, tell me again, what is your main goal? You have to write that down for me. And then at the same time, I want you to also let me know what are 2 or 3 things that you want to accomplish? Like, why are you doing this? What do you want people to know? And then if you know what those 3 things are, those 1 to 3 things, we'll be able to synergetically connect with the PR campaign goal, right? And so it's not necessarily that you need to know that one answer. It could be that let's make it juicy, right? So who am I? What are the 3 things that I want to see happen? And then we come up with that one core goal. Okay. All right. And so for those of you who are needing workshop support, put that in there. And then when I get off the live, I'll come back and comment and workshop those with you. Okay. All right, cool. And then what do you want your brand to be known for? So this is totally different than the PR campaign goal, because it's what do you want your brand to be known for? Is your brand known for educating women and children? Is your brand known for causing restructuring in corporations? Are you on the cutting edge of science to heal the world and heal the bay? Like, what are you doing? What is the brand? So when you think of a brand, right, I don't think of necessarily the owner of the company, right? I'm thinking of what is the brand known for? Now, if you are your brand, like you are like an influencer, or you're the person, you're the thing, what do you want your personal brand to be known for? So you can do personal brand, and then you can do business brand. Okay, so there can be two separate entities. I never want you collapsing the two. You as a personal brand, I don't want you to become the business that you think you're getting attached to, because I want you to create commodities that you can sell them, concepts that you can sell that are connected to your brand. But I want you to be so liquid that you end up with 5 different types of companies that you have, right? You could have a nonprofit, you could have a book company, you could be an influencer, you could have your line of vitamins, but these things all need to make sense. I'm just naming companies, right? You can be an investor, you can be a portfolio owner, you could own a women's community or women's masterclass, right? And so what are those things that you want to be known for as a brand, personal, and then as a business brand? 2 separate, right? So Steve Jobs, he had a personal brand, and then he had a company brand. And those 2 things, although they did collide at certain points, they're 2 separate entities, right? Steve Jobs can get a check because he's Steve Jobs, right? And then Apple makes money because of the products. 2 different things, okay? All right, so type some of those things down, type them to me so I can see them, and then also write them out in your workbook too. And I want you to ask people in your life. Okay, this is going to be really key. You need to ask people in your life, how do they feel about you and your brand or your business? Okay. You want to get this feedback. You want to know, how do people feel about you, your brand, or your business? Okay. And you want to know 3 positive things that they like and 3 things that they dislike. Okay. 3 positive things that they like and 3 things that they dislike. Now, some people will say, oh, I love everything about you. I love everything about your brand. Don't allow it. I just want them to be very comfortable with not liking something. And it's not for you to question them and dig super deep. Just ask, because there could be a common denominator of things that are really amazing about your brand and really amazing about your personality and the business. And you want to magnify those things, but you need to know what they are first. And if there's things that people don't like, there are things that can be causing confusion. You need to know so that you can stop doing them. Okay. So I want you to know so you can stop doing them. But in order for you to know, right, you have to ask the questions. And these should be for people who you, they don't have to be like your best friend. They could be people who you respect their opinion, but be open and ready to listen, and don't take it personal, right? You've asked for this information, and it's really good to self-assess. I do this with my kids. I do it with my clients. I do it with my family, and sometimes I'm like, okay, well, that's true. That is how I show up in this world. Yep. That sounds like me, and then I can choose how I show up currently with that information. Am I going to take that in? Am I going to make a shift? How am I going to show up for that? Okay. And I want you to just allow this person, right? Allow this person you are interviewing to feel open. You can do this over the phone. It doesn't have to be in person. If you can do it in person, great. And I openly welcome you to ask your kids. Like, I check in with my kids probably about once a month. They probably need to check in right now. Like, hey, anything that mom could be doing more of, anything that you think that you don't like that mom does, are there more things that we should be doing that we're not? Are there things that you wish I would stop doing? Right. And then that way you can also help people with their expectation of you. Especially like sometimes my kids are like, there's 90% of the time I try not to be on the phone when my kids get in the car when I pick them up from school. But there are times, like right now, I'm in the middle of doing the PR Business Masterclass. I still have my $1 Million Media Mastermind, and I have to service my clients and be present and open and welcoming. And I need to get rest and all these things, plus show up as their mom, right? And so then I'm able to say, hey, mommy has this going on. So there's going to be times potentially where you get in the car, I may be on a call, right? There may be times where I have to take a call at night where I normally don't once you guys are at home with mommy. Okay, you get it? Okay, so it's going to be going on for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, about 2 weeks. But at least you're able to pre-prep people for what's to come. Even messaging family and friends, hey, I have something going on, not going to be accessible, right? Because you're reaching goals, right? You're reaching out for your goals. So you need to know, and they need to know, that your life is not going to look different when you're reaching after a goal. Things are going to get a little bit tighter. Some of the leisure things that you were doing at first, they may not be there. They may be transitioning into something else so you can have more structured leisure, right? But there's something that you have to shift. Some call it sacrifice. I call it sacrifice. Some don't. Some may just say energy shift, right? Whatever you feel comfortable with and energetically aligned with, I want you to understand that this is what it's going to take, right? Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. And the action step for today is go live or create a post in the PR Business Masterclass Facebook group and answer this question. As your future business, Okay. How will you inspire your fans, customers, or clients to continue to do business with you? Why should someone continue to do business with you? Not just that first time that you may sell your product or service, not just that first time that they get on your email list. How do you continuously get someone to want to do business with you? How do you keep them stimulated? Because this is going to be all a part of your messaging when you do your video content, when you share your stories with your clients, when you communicate these things, right? And so I have clients right now that are in the beautiful space of getting TV opportunities, writing books, launching books, creating their TED Talks, getting asked to speak on panels, getting asked to speak at art shows and galleries and all these wonderful things. But they had to do this work right here. They had to find out, why does someone even give a crap? Right? How do I keep them connected to me? I was just in LinkedIn this morning just to kind of see what was going on in LinkedIn and just reminding myself that I like LinkedIn. It's a great place for business, right? Especially after Facebook shut down and some funky things were going on with that world. It's like you always want to make sure that you are aware of the next step, right? So if you need to pivot or you need to do something else or do something different, you're always aware of the next step, right? And so I went into Facebook and a message was there from a contact that I spoke at for UNICEF. I was a speaker for them this year for the Women's and Girls Conference and the state of women and girls regarding the pandemic. And so I reached out and I said, hey, how are you? Thank you for the birthday wish, because she wished me a happy birthday. And I said, this is a great opportunity to just ask, what other opportunities do you have for speaking? And she said, oh, we have this going on. We'd love for you to participate. And then I also went ahead and said, well, what are you doing for Mother's Day 2022? Right? I have a nonprofit for mothers. They know that. And she said, well, currently, we're not doing anything right now. How about you present us with some type of a panel that is the impact on children and mothers for Mother's Day? And she also said that I could choose my own speakers for this panel in partnership with UNICEF, right? And so the interest lied in, okay, great. Well, let me see what do they have going on for Mother's Day, because I'm in October. More than likely, they're not thinking about Mother's Day. So how can I plant that seed? Initially, I was planting that seed to see if she would just utilize me as a speaker for whatever they were doing for Mother's Day. And then because I jumped in there early enough, she actually gave me a bigger opportunity that could actually bless my clients as well, right? I'll be able to really have a platform that's global. We're talking about a global partner with UNICEF, and be able to share that opportunity with my clients because of a panel that I'll be putting together and producing, right? And so I need you to be fearless. I need you to see opportunity even when you don't see one. I need you to grab a seat at the table. I need you to create opportunity not only for yourself, but to where your cup is running over. So when you touch something, it actually opens up the doors for other people as well that are around you. Okay? All right, so I want you to get off of this video. I want you to go live, and I want you to do the media training. There's going to be a post that should be posting up that's going to show you exactly what I'm talking about with the go live and what it is. If you're not in position to go live, record yourself on your phone and upload it once you are in position to actually upload the video to Wi-Fi. And then if you're not in a position to still take an action, you can actually write this material out that I'm talking about. I want you to write it. I want you to post it in the group. There are no excuses, right? When we're reaching goals, we can't have an excuse. If we want a PR campaign goal, move the excuse out of the way. All right? All right. I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you have any questions for me, if you need any support, remember, put that in the comments below me and let me know what the support is that you need so that I can step in. But I need to know, what is your main focus while you're in the masterclass? And that will help me bridge into what I'm here to help you accomplish. All right, so I'm Nefertiti Plessy, and I will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that you step off the cliff, that you just leap, you jump, you go live, you make it happen. Give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up if you enjoyed this session today. If you got something out of this session today, share what we're doing in the PR Business Masterclass community with your network. Let them know what we're doing. Let them know what we're creating. Let them know that we're creating the zone, the space for you to have a voice in the media that is powerful, that is potent, and that is ready to take over the world, ready to take over your space as an authority figure that people call on, that people want to hear speak, that people want to hire, that people want to cut a check for, and they want to see you show up and they want to see you win. All right, I'm Nefertiti Plessy, and I'll see you all tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.